Did you ever experience any cultural shock in the US?
I have a classroom culture shocks. I would say not just for Korea, but most of Asian country, we have to be really respectful to the instructors. So professors, teacher, but in here, sometimes students raising hand to express their opinion about some certain topic, they use a lot of bad words like F words or some bad words to the professor. And those like sounds very disrespectful to me, but professors also just nodding head and understanding maybe that's an acceptable thing in the America. And to the desk they put like a shoes onto it like this, like onto the desk, and do
In
this
the class?
and during the class, and professor giving a lecture and explain something, and you just like and put your feet onto the table. And a lot of students actually just watching their cell phone, like texting or check their social medias a lot, and don't make eye contact with the professor at all. It's just like goes like this. So yeah, that was like a little bit culture shock to me.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting your girl on this channel. So, thank you so much, guys, for the support you give on the Culture Shocks videos. Thank you, guys, so much. So, as usual, on this channel, all credits goes to the creators in those videos. So, guys, in today's video, we are going all the way to South Korea, comparing it to the United States. And guys, let me tell you, okay, the culture shocks are real. From the dating culture to the work culture, let's get into it, okay? Get ready to be hooked.
Korea, underlings have to bow to their bosses and can't call anyone higher than them by their first name, or you've just committed a terrible error. You usually call them by their job rank like director or manager. It's even unprofessional when you call your coworkers by their name. You have to add a C at the end, like Hannah she, Patricia she. But bosses can call you whatever they want, from hey you to newbie to ya punk. If you're bad, they might hit you on the head with papers or with their hand. Try to file a complaint with HR, you'll probably face retaliation, bullying, or even more hate. In America, you don't really bow at work unless you've performed in a play, and names are just names. Pronouns are a bigger deal in the States. And if anyone's boss ever hit them on the head, I'm sure they would be facing a lawsuit or revenge.
The thing I feel like I just never used to living in Korea is when people constantly comment on your appearance. The other day I wore like a half lash to work. I don't really wear lashes. My coworker goes, "Are those your real lashes?" It's like I can't have anything to myself where I just like want to like fix my makeup without her being, "Oh, you just seem like such a perfectionist." Like I have a smeared eyeliner right here and I'll just fix it, and she's like, "You're just such a perfectionist." Like what possessed you to think, this person's just existing here, let me just constantly comment on their appearance? Like, I don't get it. You want me going around looking busted? It sounds like you do. Like, it sounds like you want me to. Now, I'm giving grace because I know it could be like a cultural difference, but like, it makes my skin crawl. Like, it just makes me super uncomfortable. Mind you, I have a really critical mom who always commented on my appearance. So I'm just not good around people who like always feel the need to constantly make comments about what I look like. Cause it's like if I wanted to, I would just call my mom. Like, I don't want to hear this. Like,
So apparently, in Korea, you can't call your boss by his first name, right? You can't just say, "Hey, what's up, Jim? Can we go for coffee?" You have to say, like, the title of the boss is a manager, director, whatever it is. Okay, so first names are not a casual vibe in Korea. It's always about respect, and they believe that respect comes by bowing, and not and you use honorifics. You have to respect the person and give them that honor. That's what they believe. They believe in collectivism. They don't believe in doing things individually, group first. Okay, and Americans might be like, please, can you get off my back? And Koreans would be like, why, y'all so independent? Okay, then Koreans and public display of affection is not a thing. Okay, Korean couples are more like cute matching outfit, holding hands. Okay, kissing in public, it's a no-no. But in the US, people are basically filming a romantic comedy on the subway, so public display of perfection is a general thing, okay? It's everywhere. And I mean, it's good, right? And also, the beauty standard in Korea is on another level, okay? We're talking about skinny girls, we're talking about glass skin, if I can call it like that. We are talking about plastic surgery being a super normal thing. But meanwhile, in the US, body positivity is the wave. I mean, love yourself no matter your size, your shape, your skin tone, your complexion, whatever it is. And sometimes Koreans might be wondering why Americans are not putting in the effort. And Americans are surprised, like, it's not that deep, right? Why are you guys putting unnecessary pressure on yourself? And also, the work culture, right? Koreans work hard. I mean, I'm not saying Americans don't work hard, but like they have late nights, they have after work dinners, like they are seriously loyal to the company. But in the US, it's like you pay me till 5 p.m. Once it's 5 p.m., I'm out. And I mean, why do I want to sleep myself for my boss, right? And another thing, food and table manners, all right? For Korean meals, most of the time they all eat together. Everything is shared. They wait for the eldest to eat first before coming to the youngest. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. I mean, different countries, different nationalities, different culture shocks, right? Let me know. Have you been to South Korea? Have you been to America? What do you think about these two countries? Let me know in the comment section. Let's keep watching.
Hello, beloved customer. My name is Korean Kim. How may I assist you today? Hi, yes, the information on my account is wrong. I've just finished resolving this for you. Is there anything else I can help you with? No, that was fast. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you have a happy day.
Hello, this is Janice speaking. How may I assist you today?
Hi, yes, the information on my account is wrong and I want that to be fixed.
I am so sorry to hear that. Let me put you on hold. Ma'am, it looks like it cannot find you in our system. Yep, you're gonna have to find that information on your end and either call us back or, well, there's nothing more I could do about it. I could transfer you over to our
Wait.
resolutions department,
What?
but that's about all I can do. Please stay on the line after this call for a quick survey, and again, my name is Janice, and you take care now. Bye-bye.
If you're coming from the US to South Korea, there's a lot of cultural differences that you should be aware of before coming here. So first of all, like in the US, if you bump into someone, we usually say sorry or excuse me. Here, if you bump into someone and say sorry or excuse me, they'll kind of give you a dirty look, like, why are you talking to me? Like, people here don't talk to each other. They just look down, mind their own business. If someone's stabbing you in the chest on the street, no one will look at you. Another thing I noticed that happens here is people cut in line all the time. Like, they'll see you standing in line and they'll still cut you. So I don't know what that's about. In the US, you go up to them, say, what the fuck, get back in line. It's rude as fuck to cut people in line. Number 3, you don't get the check at your table. You have to go up and pay in every single restaurant. Some restaurants in the US do that, but it's not really popular in the US. And then here, people are modest. It's kind of like the Middle East, not that extreme, but very modest. Don't show cleavage at all. It's considered super like inappropriate if you show like your whole shoulders and cleavage. That's like, people will look at you, but again, no one will disrespect you. You'll just get looked at, and then especially by older women. And then yeah, and people don't wear colors here or patterns. It's just like black or white, and that's it. Obviously, you don't wear shoes inside a lot of areas. You gotta take your shoes off, then you change into these slides, slippers, I don't know what they're called. And yeah, there's one for the bathroom, one for the living room. There's like different types of footwear you wear in different rooms. You have to strip butt naked if you're going to a spa with like hot tubs or the hot spring or whatever. You can't wear a swimsuit. You need to be butt naked. You need to bathe before entering the hot springs. There's no such thing as a full-size towel. They're all like face towels and they barely cover your body. I don't know what the reason is, but you're not gonna see any full-size towels, which is kind of inconvenient for, you know, if you're coming from the US. When you get out of the shower, how are you gonna cover yourself up? How do you dry yourself? It's a little bit of a struggle.
Comment that said there's a no color rule in South Korea. I think they're referring to people not wearing colorful clothing in South Korea. This is a real big misconception these days, and it's just kind of a meme that you see online. I've seen in on TikTok and Reels and all that kind of stuff. People taking videos of people in pub all wearing kind of black long paddings and that kind of thing, and then saying that, oh, people don't wear colors in Korea. Absolute nonsense. It's just a total lie, basically. And the footage they're using to actually make that kind of assumption or push that misconception is usually in the dead of winter when it's super cold and everyone's wearing a long padding. These long paddings are very expensive, and so you don't typically buy them in a bunch of different colors. You buy them in the most practical color, which is black. I myself also have a black long padding, and I wouldn't buy them in a bunch of different colors because they cost hundreds and hundreds for these jackets. But you'll notice in summertime people do tend to wear color. Of course, white and black are the most popular colors, but you'll see a lot of people wearing lots of different colors here, and especially older generation will wear patterns and lots of other colors and stripes and all kinds of things. So there's no such thing as a no color rule in Korea. That's nonsense. Don't believe everything you see online unless it's my video.
Shock that I experienced after living in Korea for 6 months and coming back to the US. Now, this is just my opinion and my experience, so please don't come for me. Of course, we have to start with the fashion. Wearing a romper in public. I was in New York for the past week and a half, and seeing so many girls wearing rompers in public, and I just thought, wow, you can actually wear this in public and nobody judges you. This isn't me judging in a negative way, but it was just like, yes, I love this. Crossing the street when the pedestrian light is red. In Korea, if the pedestrian light is not green, they don't cross. Cars that actually stop for you. It's like a 심쿵 moment. So in Korea, you have to have the car first mentality, but where I live in the US, it's mostly like people first and then the cars stop for you.
Korea, underlings like me cannot take lunch whenever they want. They have to wait for their team lead to say, let's go eat. They also can't pick what they want to eat, poor things. If their leader says, I want kimbap today, that's it. The whole gang's gotta get kimbap. No one goes to get coffee by themselves. It's a sign of ultimate selfishness. Nope, Koreans do everything in a gaggle, including getting coffee, brushing their teeth after lunch together, and even eating dinner. That's right, if the boss says, dinner together, then you're forced to socialize and pretend to be the life of the party, even if you want to crawl home to bed. Meanwhile, in America, people can mix business with leisure, be a total antisocial grump, and still be free.
I want to break free. I want to break free.
Had horrible reverse culture shock when I moved back to America. I only lived in South Korea for 1 year. I went to a restaurant to eat with my family. So here I was at the American restaurant, like putting my hand up. My mom snatched my hand down so fast. Normally in Korea, when you need something from your server, you just raise your hand and you say, 저기요. I was really shocked in Korea that you could just like say, 저기요, like come over here, I need something. In America, it's polite to wait for your server to come over to your table and ask you how you're doing and what you need. I honestly think a lot of Korean people would be shocked that you have to wait for your server to come, because sometimes the servers are so busy and they don't come for like 20, 30, 40 minutes, depending on how busy it is. So yeah, that was shocking to come back to. I honestly loved going to restaurants in Korea because the food was out in like 5 to 10 minutes and you never had to wait for your servers and you didn't have to.
From South Korea to the United States as a 4th grader, so let me tell you some of the biggest culture shocks that I had. The first one is throwing away school lunch. I distinctly remember my first day of school, the first time I went into the cafeteria, I saw kids eat half of their lunch and then they just throw the rest away. And I remember being so confused because in Korea, at least when I went to elementary school, we had to check our trays off with our teachers, and if we didn't eat mostly all of it, our teacher would send us back, and then they wouldn't let us go to recess until we finished most of our food. The second one is that Americans do not have a food garbage. This is really shocking to me because in Korea, if we don't use all our food and if we do want to throw it away, we put it in food recycling, and that way they convert it to energy somehow. But in America, you just throw it away in the trash. I think that's really interesting, and I think that it was actually really shocking for me to see the difference. The third one is wearing makeup to school. Now, as a fourth grader, no one really wore makeup anyways, but I remember my sister, she was in middle school at the time and she was not allowed to wear any makeup. It was so shocking when I moved here because I realized people wear makeup here to school and they're not allowed to do it.
I really don't know why people throw away food, right? Just take the amount of food you can finish, right? You don't need to waste food or anything. Like it's not that serious, right? So another culture shock I discovered is the drinking culture, right? In Korea, drinking with your boss is kind of normal, expected. It's like even a ritual, right? But in the US, drinking with your boss is not that deep, okay? People drink slower, there's no pressure, okay? And then the main culture shock for me in South Korea is shoes, right? In Korea, no shoes inside, like ever. There's a whole shoe zone at the entrance, even in schools and restaurants sometimes, right? But in the US, I mean, some people practically sleep on the bed with their shoes. Okay, that's just on the lighter mood. Then also family expectations in Korea. The family expectations are huge, right? Marriage, career choices, the universities you have to attend. It's practically always a family meeting, right? It's a family matter. But in the US, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not as if parents don't care, but individual choice is more respected. Okay, you are listening to the parents are there to guide, but it's more like do whatever makes you happy. Okay, it's more like love versus pressure versus freedom, and I mean, I love it, right? And also customer service in Korea. I mean, the customer service in Korea, I read that is top tier. You don't have to tip, but I mean, you still get amazing service. And then in the US, tipping, I mean, it's mandatory, but service, either it's good or not, can depend on where you are. Okay, and social media and privacy. I read that Koreans are big on beauty filters, keeping things, pretty, making sure they are perfect before they post on social media and all of that. But Americans, I mean, you bring the good, the bad, and the ugly, raw, real, filtered, unfiltered, funny, chaotic, and I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. But I mean, no two nationalities can be the same, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Have you been to South Korea? Have you lived in South Korea? Are you in the United States? What do you think are the culture shocks between these two countries? Let me know in the comment section. If you have found value in this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.